Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, you're here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Xur's location, random rolls, and all that whatnot for, what is it? November 13th, 2020, the very first Xur of Beyond Light. Definitely very excited. You can see here I'm looking hella fresh with my, honestly, Crayola King looking armor, because I'm trying to get the max power so I know what's going on with the Xur and what to buy and all that whatnot. But yes, the Xur. You can find him in his regular location on the tower. So just head over to the courtyard, make your way into the hangar, and in the top left section of the hangar, you can find the Xur right here in this little rafter here. Also, can I just ask, did they up the contrast in Destiny 2? Because everything is way darker than I remember it to be. This is a high overview of everything that he does have available. Quick note here, this new exotic cipher quest, which is supposed to be a weekly quest that the Xur offers. I don't know if it's account or if it's character based, but it gives you a weekly opportunity to get an exotic cipher so you can get some of those past things from the exotic archive if you still need them. This particular one says complete strikes or win crucible or gambit, and that gives you a certain amount of progress. And it says extra progress is awarded for challenging activities, i.e. probably competitive, trials, nightfall, higher level nightfall, and I guess Gambit. There's no higher level Gambit. It does say out of 21. However, I imagine if you start to do some Master Nightfalls, you could get this done pretty quickly. Also, I heard that there's a number of things that are disabled this week, including trials, which does not seem to be here at all. A lot of people were abusing certain mechanics. The Wither Horde got disabled. I think another thing got disabled. There's a whole bunch of things that people were abusing and just absolutely tearing things apart. Well, I'm not part of it. It's not me, I promise. I just want my Wither Horde back. And before I get into it, I just wanted to mention, if you are trying to level up your characters and you have multiple characters of different classes, the Xur is a great opportunity to get those guys leveled up even faster. Because you can see here, I'm on my Titan, I can get Titan gear. Or, if my second character that I'm going to play on is my Hunter, I can get him Hunter gear. This is Hunter armor, meaning that I can actually give him power wherever I currently am with the Xur, which is wonderful. So every single time the Xur comes around for these first few weeks, go to the Xur, buy some ledge or exotic gear, and that will give you higher power stuff for those other classes that are lower power. Bop, bop. Maybe it's a bit early to do that. Whatever, man. I'm rich as f. It's all 13,000 legendary shards. Yeah, buy a few more. Why not? Because I don't care. Moving on with the weapon today, we have the Lord of Wolves. In my opinion, one of the better PvE guns in the game. It's definitely one of those weapons that you burst a whole lot of damage and then you run out of ammo. So it's not a longevity kind of weapon, but it does some pretty impressive DPS. So I would highly recommend you pick it up if you haven't yet picked it up. If you've never heard of it before, it's basically a 5-burst shotgun that shoots kind of straight shots, but it has close range potential. And also, if you hold down the reload button, you swap to a longer 10-round, more powerful burst that each shot does more damage. The problem being that the Release the Wolves version, that longer, more damaging burst, is also very, very inaccurate, that I find that I often get better DPS just by aiming the weapon normally. So the Release the Wolves version has become a lot less effective. However, if the boss is huge and it has a huge crit box and you don't care about getting headshots, Release the Wolves works really well. However, you do not have that much ammo, so you gotta be keeping that in mind. On top of that, there also is a catalyst, which increases the reload speed with Release the Wolf active and increases stability when it's not, allowing those two different modes to be even more divergent from each other. And most importantly, there's a really sick ornament, which I apparently do not have. Alright. As far as Crucible goes, I would say this weapon has not seen a lot of use. Definitely a lot more people using the Felwinter's Lie, even like first and last out, a lot of other shotguns over this weapon. Moving on to the Hunter Exotic, we have the RAIDEN FLUX. Not only does it have a number of very, very cool looking ornaments, this is probably one of the better exotics in the game. If you've never heard of it before, Synapse Junction, quick successive attacks with the Archstaff increase its damage, output, and duration. Keeping in mind, you actually have to hit targets with this. You can't just swing it and actually hit nothing, you have to hit a target. So if you're just hitting a boss over and over and over again, you can hit him 27 times in a row, which is kind of ridiculous. And this is something I tested many seasons ago, but this thing allows your Arc Staff to last a whole lot longer, do a whole lot more damage for not only boss damage, but really, really good ad killing potential, which is where this thing shines. It is very good at wiping the map full of enemies. As far as the stats go, I like to see a priority on mobility and intellect. So obviously you'd like to see a little bit more intellect, but it's not really that bad. Also, I would like to see a bit more recovery. I personally really like recovery, even in PvE. It's not the most necessary, but it is really nice to see. Discipline, not the favorite, honestly. The grenades on that subclass are really not the best. Skip grenades being probably one of the better ones for damage output. Overall, kind of a random roll, but I would say a decent roll for a very good exotic. I'd highly recommend you pick up. Moving on to the Titan exotic, we have the AEON Safe. It sucks. Moving on to the Warlock exotic, we have the Chromatic. I'm not going back. I ain't doing. We have the Chromatic Fire, the Warlock exotic, which is actually an interesting gimmick. Sorry, that one really got me. I didn't do that on purpose. The Chromatic Fire, kind of like a gimmick exotic, but it is a lot of fun. When a light subclass is equipped, oh wow, okay, so they changed it. When a light subclass is equipped, precision final blows with your kinetic weapon create an explosion in the element of your subclass. Ah, I see there. They didn't want people exploding a stasis everywhere with just their kinetic weapon. That actually would be pretty strong. That would actually elevate this exotic to the high tier for PvP for sure. So basically what it does is it gives Dragonfly to your kinetic weapons, which is only one weapon in the game that can do that, which is Ace of Spades, which is a kinetic with Firefly, so you can actually get double explosions. And that's the best part about this, is a double explosion. It's one of those exotics that you wouldn't mind having no matter what you're doing. It's definitely a net positive, but it's really not that positive. I've always said that Dragonfly, anything related to Dragonfly, does very little damage in the higher levels because it's a percentage of their health that's like 10%. It's nothing. As far as your roll goes, I like to see a lot of recovery just across the board, and specifically for Warlock, it's really nice, and it actually has that. And on top of that, it does not have a lot of resilience, which is good to see. I'd like to see a little bit more in mobility, but overall, I really do like this roll. Strength is a bit questionable as well, but depends on what kind of build you're using. If you're going with Celestial Fire, this could be great use. So overall, a pretty good roll for a below average exotic. And again, just as a note, the exotic engram here, as well as any exotic engram you ever find, will guarantee you an exotic that you do not have from any of the world drops. Unfortunately, all of the new exotics in Beyond Light are not part of the exotic pool. Instead, I have not yet confirmed this myself, but I have heard from the grapevine, the new exotics are actually contained in these Master and Legend Lost sectors. So there's going to be one Legend and one Master Lost sector per day, scattered either among the Cosmodrome in the Lost sectors, or in Europa, of course, in the Lost sectors. One of them is 1250, the other one is 1280. So you have to be a pretty significant power in order to get these, but I think this is where the new exotics are. So unfortunately, this dude right here is not really a great source of any of that. And as a person that also has so many exotic ciphers that I can't claim triumphs, I might as well just start using them on this to get a bunch of useless exotics. Oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's a good roll for something I'll never use. Yeah. Bye bye. Right. Well, anyways, nice outfit. Oh. Bye. Anyways, that's gonna be pretty much it. That is the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns. Come check out my live streams that I have right after these Zerv videos. You can see on the screen right now my full schedule at twitch.tv, link in the description down below. And finally, if you have not yet purchased Beyond Light and you still plan on purchasing Beyond Light, I would recommend doing it on my Nexus page. Not only is it the exact same price as Steam, you also get a Steam key, you also give more money to Bungie, and you also give more money to me, the creator. The only people losing out on this are the people from Steam and, of course, the gray market vendors, which obviously Steam is rich as hell, and, well, yeah, the gray market vendors are stealing keys, so screw them. So check in the description down below for my Nexus link. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Whee!